Hi everyone. So this is the second part of the story of how I experienced so much magic with my brand Frale in the beginning. And as I said yesterday, I have started again with selling and producing the lipsticks. And so that's not what this is about now. I told you yesterday that I have decided to make these series. They're called Connecting the Dots Backwards, and I use all the teachings of Neville Goddard, Seth, Abraham Hicks, Bashar to explain all the magic that has happened with my brand then and that is happening with my product and brand now. So where I left off yesterday was that I found these magazines that taught me, informed me on the fact that makeup is not vegan. So a new kind of baby vegan myself at that time. And again, this is not about veganism at all, because I have no judgment around what people do or don't do, what they eat or don't eat. That's not what this is about. This is about that point in my life, I decided I'm going to go 100% vegan and I want to add to a better world in a low-key way. That was my idea. So I thought I'm going to start a web shop in vegan makeup. Ha! That turned out to be not such a good plan. But anyway, it's not that it wasn't a good plan. It was that this led me to what I did eventually, which was launch my first lip balm and now also lipstick product and brand. And Bashar says, follow your highest excitement until you can't follow it any further without being attached to the outcome. Because this is what happens. And what happened to me at the time, I thought, this is it. This is it. I'm going to have a super successful vegan makeup web shop. And yeah, that's what I'm supposed to do. Turned out I was supposed to do something else. And I went full force in it and started to do research. I reached out to all these brands, and I want to rewind a little. So at that time, I wasn't familiar with Bashar. I don't even believe, no, also not Neville Goddard, Abraham Hicks, maybe. Yeah, I think Abraham Hicks was already on my... No, also not. Huh, interesting, hey. Yeah, so, okay, I'm in Byron Bay, Australia, Bells Beach and Byron Bay. I lived at Bells Beach with my then dude. Found these articles and then I was like, okay, website. I need a website. So I started to research how I could build my own website. And you could say, well, why didn't you just use WordPress? My friend, I had a lot of time on my hands and I love challenges. So I decided to build my own website in Jekyll. Oh my goodness. I learned myself how to code. And this is really cool because I had no freaking clue of what I was doing, but some part of me understood it. And I had this one point that my website was stuck, like it didn't, something didn't work anymore. And I spent a whole freaking day figuring out what it was. And my partner at the time was like, how is this even possible? You have zero patience. And with this, somehow, you have so much patience to find out what it is that's going on here, which was really funny. Yeah. So anyway, I spent a lot of time trying to figure out what was wrong. And I kept looking at the code and looking at the code. And I'm like, it is in the code. There's something in the code, but I don't know what. I left it. The next day, I knew what was going on. I went into the code and I saw what was wrong. Anyway, where am I going with this? I'm going to that all the information is out there, and you can solve a problem with the same state of mind that created it. And Neville says, he speaks about new man and old man, and Seth says that we move through a series of selves because there's no linear time, there's only simultaneous time. So rather saying, I'm moving from one day to the next, you're constantly moving through a series of selves. And based on how you are feeling and how you are feeling about yourself, how you're feeling about the day, how you're feeling about life, is the version of you, the versions of you that show up in that way. So I had a desire to solve that problem. I left it for a bit, and then the next day I had the solution to that problem. Yeah. Seth also says, you don't, what is it again? It's one of my favorites. You don't create your problems like millstones around your neck. You create your problems in the hope. This is how he says it. You create your problems in the hope you will solve them, not like millstones around your neck. So this is all information that came to me later. But now that I have this information, I can give you the whole story with the proof that life works that way. Okay, so where was I? Web shops. So I got in touch with all of these web shops in vegan makeup products, and all of them said to me, yeah, you don't have an established shop yet, and we don't work with beginners. And I thought to myself, but wait a minute, how can I, in God's name, build a brand for myself if no one wants to work with me? And I pushed it for a bit, and then I understood the pushback. I was like, yeah, no, this is too hard. Because I do believe that some effort is required, and sometimes it takes looking at certain beliefs that you have to move through something. And I could feel in the energy that this was not the thing. And I was open to the thing being something else. I just really went with my intuition, because now that I'm speaking to you guys about this, I'm like, how did I know it then, actually? Because I wasn't really familiar with all of the teachings that I'm familiar with now. And what I was familiar with was listening to my intuition. And I'm pretty good at feeling the difference between belief resistance and resistance of like, yeah, no, that's really not the path. And that was the difference. Okay. So there were two brands. Yeah, there were, or two or one. In any case, there were two or one lip balm brands that were interested in working with me. And so this is really fast forward, because in the meantime, I was already planning my return back to Amsterdam, to Holland. And so I was in touch with these lip balm brands, and I asked them more information about the pricing and stuff. And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to start a web shop in vegan lip balm. Why not? So I got the price list, and I thought, what? Is this the price that I have to pay for the lip balm? Then I'm going to have to ask this and this price for in order to make money myself. And who in their right mind would pay that price for lip balm? That's what I thought at that time. So, out of curiosity, seriously, this has nothing to do with I'm going to start my own brand. Out of curiosity, I thought, let me see what ingredients are actually in this lip balm. In the meantime, I had ordered some samples, and oh my goodness, I thought it was the best thing since sliced bread. These vegan lip balms were amazing. And I checked out the ingredients and I started to research online, like, can I actually order these? And I remember super funny with, because in the beginning I worked with carnauba wax. And I found out that carnauba wax is actually also used in car shine polish. And I was like, that's interesting. So anyway, so I ordered that wax. I ordered some oils. And I started just for the fun of it and because I felt so inspired and I was so happy, and it was it summer or spring when I got back? Well, the sun was shining a lot when I returned back to Holland, and I had all this energy and I felt so inspired to test with this. And I ordered some essential oils and I started to play with these, with making these lip balms. I didn't have the containers yet, the official containers that lip balms are sold in and made in. And I also, as I said, I didn't have that plan at all. So I went to this bakery store and found all these little cute containers. Like I even had these colored plastic ice cream spoons that I would put them in. I had these little tubs, and I made the most beautiful, creative little gifts with them. And I would make pictures of these things and put them on Facebook. And again, there was no agenda. There was just me sharing my happy place, because that's what it was. It was my happy place at that time to do that. And a lot of people were super curious, like, hey, what are these? What are you doing? And I would say, they're lip balms. They're vegan lip balms. I made them myself. Do you want to try? And I would just give them to anyone and everyone that would respond to my posts. And the feedback that I got from every person that had one of my lip balms that were in little tubs or ice cream spoons or made into little forms, everyone would say, oh, this is delicious, this is wonderful. And so at one point when I was in this bakery store again, this dude that owned that store said to me, what is it that you're doing? What are you buying all this time? And what is... So I started to tell him the story about makeup not being vegan, about me ordering these things, these ingredients and testing with them now. And he said, you know what you should do? Because he saw my passion. And he's like everyone in our lives, they are a co-creative... How does Abraham say they're a creative component? Like everyone and their mother is involved in you living your purpose and your passion. And so he said to me, you know what you should do? You should start a brand. And I said to him, no, I can't. I can't just start a brand. Like I was thinking I have to have a factory. But he planted the seed. And I'm not sure how long afterwards I decided to just go for it and to order these tubes, these empty tubes. But like shortly after, I thought, you know what? Fuck this. Of course, if I, with all my good intentions and with the fact that I'm adding to the happiness of more animals, and to the happiness of Mama Nature, and I do something that I love, I know that I can pull this off and that I am safe and that the universe will support me and provide for me. And so Then I thought, I need to have a brand. And you know what? The brand name was already there, and the brand name was already invented how many years prior? 6 years prior to that moment that I decided on the brand name. And that is the story for the next video. I'm just going to trust that you enjoy this, and because I feel called to put it out there, and when I feel called to put something out there, there is a summoning from someone else. You have a coin, and there are 2 sides to that coin. And so I want to end this video with this. There are 2 ways to look at life. This is what Einstein said. One is like everything is magic, and one way is like nothing is magic. And what I have learned from the Seth teachings, in particular, because this is also in other teachings, but Seth really brought this home to me, is that whatever you believe to be true will prove itself to be true. So you can look at things like, wow, this is going to be magic, and I don't know how, but I know this is going to be all right. And it will be all right. You can look at things like, I have to work hard. I have to work hard because only working hard will bring me there. I need to write a business plan. I have to have a strategy because I know this works. And that will work too. And you know why? Because both is a strong belief. And it's not the thing, it is the belief in the thing. A belief proves itself to be true. That's why it's a belief. So change your belief, change your beliefs, and change the way you experience your life. That's it for now. See you in the next. Much love. Bye.